Yo, morning. Lockdown again in the UK. It's the 5th of January 2021. Let's not talk about that. I'm sure everyone's had enough of reading, hearing about it. Start with the euro. Look at the daily price action for the hour one breakout system. Euro has found put in a triple top. Tested this 123.10 area again yesterday, found resistance there. So we're kind of ranging between this 122.15 level and 121.10. This trend line has been respected though as support. So look out for today if we can close below this small range here, below this 122.15, then it looks like we could go down to 121.50 area to test the support. A close below that, and I would imagine this 120 will be tested before we get another move higher. Big round number 121 could play a part, or should we close below 120, then this 119 area, which was resistance before we finally got the breakthrough, and then straight through 120 as well. But I expect 120 to be the big support area, and the line in the sand for the bears and the bulls on the euro. I did say that this was a 2-bar reversal yesterday, but I wasn't convinced because of the low volumes. It turns out it's kind of a range of bar. Yesterday was kind of like an inside bar from that. So since this is still in this uptrend, we haven't had a big retracement back, but I expect if we do, we retrace to 120 before we decide where to go next. Cable. I talked about this yesterday, how much of a mess it was. This trend line, again, played a part yesterday as we tested it again. It's a bit choppy, but it seems to be respected so far. And also it was around big round number 137. Again, I'm not following the crowd on this bullish pound sentiment. I think we're going to see some kind of retracement first, perhaps down to 133. The trade deal that the UK has agreed isn't that bullish, and I think it was more buy the rumor, sell the facts, so we could get a pullback to 133. I don't think we're going to be up to 145 anytime soon, but let's see. Other support areas could be this 134, 135, 134.83, 135 area. If we pull back to that, it was resistance a few times in this choppy area, and it was also the high back in September 1. So yeah, keep an eye. It's pretty choppy for the pound, but yesterday we did see this kind of inside outside bar pattern, bearish engulfing pattern. So let's see what happens today. But I think we pull back even further. UY. Yesterday we tested this. It wasn't an exact test, but it was enough, and we seemed to find some good support from there. A nice bounce up, and we closed near where we opened for UJ on the first real trading day of the year. Overnight, we have kind of sold off a little bit more, so perhaps we're going to see a second test today. But like I said, while we're still in this wedge kind of pattern, I'm neutral. But let's see if we get a second test at this low, see what happens there. Close below it might be enough to send this pair lower and toward the 101 handle, which I spoke about yesterday. GY, yeah, GY, it's messy, isn't it? Like doesn't take a genius to figure out that this is a tough pair to trade at the moment. This 141.15 area, is it 141.21, has acted as resistance 3 times now. We put in a triple top on the daily chart. This 139.85 to 140 area, as you can see, was acted as resistance all through this chop zone. We didn't close above it many times until the end of December. So I expect this to act as support. Maybe we stay within this range here between 141 and 140, 100 pips, but a close below that, and there looks to be some space here to move down to this 138 handle. But at the moment, really choppy. Let's have a look at the 1 hour. As you can see, these charts kind of change. Obviously, when you go down down to the lower time frames, and they're a bit more easier to trade. There's a bit more direction here, and there's some nice swings actually. So it makes such a difference if you're looking at the lower time frames as well as the higher. So this 139.60 area could be support, but it looks like we've set a nice range overnight and towards the end of the US session yesterday. So a close below this 139.74 might lead us to test these lows here that was put in towards the end of December. A break below and a close below that, then we might see some follow through. EJ, pretty directionless throughout throughout December. Tight range here, just over 100 pips, which is very much at all. For EJ, a close below this, and it looks certain to test this 125, which was a big resistance. So I expect this is where the bulls are going to be lining up to send this pair higher again. Should we do that, a close below that, and this will bring in this support here at 123, and then this trend line here that acted as support twice. So it looks like a nice area should we get there. And as you can see, we're just consolidated for the whole of December. Extremely difficult to trade within 100 pip range, even on an hour one chart. So let's see what happens here. I'm looking for a breakout either side. However, with these tight ranges, always keep an eye out for a false break, close within the range, and then we go the other side. So that could be an option as well. And this 125 area isn't too far enough to become support. So if you want to be short this pair, then you might want to wait until 125 to clear and maybe get in with a smaller size and increase size as you go down. But I don't trade daily bars, so I'll be trading the hour one. Let's clean this up a little bit. AU seems to be continuing this 2020 trend, going higher into the year. We had a bit of a pullback on Monday, but it seems to be overnight. we've recovered a lot of those losses and looks set to test this double top here at 77.50, 77.40 area. Should this act as resistance again, and we close below the low of Monday, then we could see some of these gains here, and we could see a pullback to this 174 September 1 high, which seems to be important in a lot of the forex pairs. Dollar CAD, seen a nice rally here yesterday, bit of a recovery back up towards this pivotal area of 127.80, 127.75. We didn't manage to close above that though, so any kind of break and a close above of yesterday's high could see a pullback towards 129 129.50, which have been big support and resistance areas for this pair. But there's a long way to go down should this big downtrend of 2020 continue, and dollar weakness, obviously. Gold, nice breakout yesterday. Seemed to have gapped higher overnight. Yesterday, start of the week, 10 points higher, and then didn't look back, and we put in this huge bullish candle, breaking out of this trend channel that we've been stuck in since August 2020. As you can see, this is a nice test, and since then, it's been one-way traffic pretty much. 1800, 1850, providing the support here, and then a nice push through 1900 yesterday, and a 40-point move. So a big day for gold yesterday. Let's see where we go from here, whether we pull back maybe to this 1931 or this 1910, 1900 area before pushing up again. After a candle like this, the following day is really important. Should we get something like this doji bar or an inside bar, then expect this trend to continue higher. Obviously, the resistance areas is 1960. If we break that, then look towards these highs here, which provide support and then resistance on the way down. So 2020 and obviously psychological level 2000 might play a part on the next move higher. Should we close above that, then all-time highs next on the cards. Equity sold off a bit yesterday. If we look at ES, I think it managed to get a sell off 1.5% yesterday, so a pretty big move to start off the year. FTSE has recovered, it seems, already today. Obviously, this Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine could play a huge part. FTSE obviously weighted to the pharmaceuticals, so that's probably supporting it at the moment. This resistance around 64, 62, 64, 65 playing its part here. We've seen a bounce from there, but keep an eye on this resistance area around 600. We haven't managed to close above that as yet. So should we close above that on the daily time frame, then expect this uptrend to continue. But for now, we could just consolidate while equities sort themselves out and central banks start printing more money and buying up everything. Let's see what happens. Anyway, hope that was all right, and good luck with your trading. I'll try and do the review for the hour one yesterday. I ended the day slightly positive after leaving on a UI long overnight that was stopped out for a small loss. But I should have had a gold trade at 8 o'clock in the morning. I was 2 minutes late to the party, and that was enough to miss out on the profit there. And my win came on dollar CAD long in the afternoon. So I think I ended up the day like 0.75 RF, which compared to the system, which would have been 2R. So yeah, not great traded by me. A few mistakes, but it's the first day of the year back for me, and happy to end with a small win. Anyway, guys, happy trading. Good luck.